Triple Threat Tribune. Tracy's Triple Threat Tribune.
Hello again, it's me, Tracy La Louisianne, your reigning Miss Gay America 2026, and this is Tracy's Triple Threat Tribune, where I highlight and feature all of the amazing things that have happened during my reign in the past month as Miss Gay America, and this is April's edition, so let's get started with our review. My April started off with a quick trip to South Louisiana on Easter weekend to catch up with some friends and to see some family, also for my family's annual crawfish boil on the Gulf Coast. Then I hopped on a plane to Atlanta, Georgia, the new home of the Miss Gay America pageant, to take care of some very exciting MGA business, which included touring the new venue for the Miss Gay America pageant in January. Center Stage is a really phenomenal facility that is so conducive to the needs of contestants and audience members. And with just over 1,000 seats, there's really not a bad seat in this space. And the 40 by 20 foot stage is the perfect size for what we need in January. The backstage area is so cool with multiple dressing rooms and extra rooms for all of the contestants and formers, as well as office spaces for tabulating and staff members. And while some of the spaces might not be a conventional dressing room, we're going to convert many of the rooms back there to have ample space for contestants to get ready. There's very quick and direct access from backstage to the theater. And here is a look at the contestant perspective from the journey to get backstage to the stage, going down the hallway, getting one last look in the mirror. Ooh, yes. Then going up a few steps, up a few more steps, careful in those gowns, ladies, past the tech booth, and then onto the stage. On the opposite side of the stage, we have the loading dock for set pieces and props that can easily go from the parking garage, up a ramp, into the storage area where they can live until they make the short trip up another ramp to the stage itself. Another cool thing about all of these backstage areas is that they're all connected, so it's very easy for contestants and their teams to get from, say, the loading dock to backstage to the audience to the lobby. It's just all really, really accessible. We're also going to be using the venue directly next door to Center Stage called Vinyl as a holding space and dressing area for contestant teams and dancers. I personally have never needed backup dancers, so I don't really know what they would do here, but I would think like stretch or something for the talent performances. I don't know. We're also so excited about our host hotel, The Shane, which is just a 3-minute walk from the venue right down the street. This gorgeous hotel is so excited about hosting the MGA organization this year and has some really, really amazing amenities. Check out this adorable 2-story lobby and restaurant area. We're actually working out a late night menu with the restaurant just off the lobby. So enjoy the buffet, ladies. I'm just kidding. I'm not sure if there's a buffet or not, but we'll find out. There's also a really swanky bar upstairs in this loft area in the lobby. The rooms themselves are super cute. Check out this double queen room here. No microwaves though, so plan ahead. This is where the interview category is going to be, and also where we're planning on having our promoters luncheon. And there are also several areas throughout the hotel for contestants to do talent run-throughs and get some extra rehearsal in. Also, while in Atlanta, I made the most of my time getting to spend a lot of time with Monica Mitchells, the new owner of Miss Gay America, her husband Booker, and MGA board member Pyle. Thank you all so much for giving me such a great time in Atlanta and for hosting me. I was also able to meet Miss Gay America 1987, Blaze Starr, the very first Miss Gay America to win, singing with live vocals. It was truly an honor to meet this legend and to just be reminded of the people who paved the way for the LGBTQIA+ community and walked so we could run. And this was a really, really special visit that I know we both will never forget. I also had the privilege to attend and do the national walk at Westland, my first national walk. It was really incredible to experience a whole other side of national drag pageantry that I don't get to be exposed to very often, and specifically one that is thriving and so supported by its community. I got to meet so many new people and got to see Miss Black America, Glam Davenport, just a really, really phenomenal weekend all around in Atlanta. I also dropped a new official Miss Gay America promo in the month of April. Check out this striking gown by Monique V. It's beaded, stoned, incredible. This was the gown that I actually wore on prelim night at Miss Gay America. So here's my new official promo for this month. And then wrapping up my April, I produced, directed, choreographed, and designed Theater Tulsa's production of Gypsy, the mother of all musicals, at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. I'm a little biased, but this was honestly one of the most stunning, gorgeous local productions that I've ever seen. I had some unbelievably talented actors, singers, and dancers, a cast of 45 people in it, and this show is definitely in my top 3 best shows that I've ever directed. So April definitely went out with a bang. I've seen so many beautiful drag queens and women in the past month, but let's take a look at Tracy's Trade. This month's Tracy's Trade is Mr. Continental 2026 Isaiah Sanchez Hilton. It was so great meeting this sweet guy at Westland this month, and baby, let me tell you, them men gave this man a run for his money because there were some fine men at Westland, baby. I could have had 50 Tracy's Trade this month, but I gotta give it to Mr. Continental. There were so many incredible moments and things that happened in April, but there's always one thing that really sticks out and made a lasting impact. So here's this month's magical musical moment. We've got this really cool new thing in Tulsa called the Broadway Clubhouse, which was created by my friends Bill and Jason. It's a monthly show tune sing-along at the Lynn Riggs Theater at Oklahomans for Equality, where I'm also a board member and also the same space where I started doing one-woman cabarets. I don't get to go to very many events in Tulsa with my community and the people that I serve at Theater Tulsa, but being in this room was such a beautiful reminder of the power of community and just the joy that comes from being around people with the same passion and love for something that you have. It's moments like this that remind me that I'm always a part of something bigger than myself. And not gonna lie, I didn't do much singing along at this because I was kind of just sitting in the corner crying, experiencing this. So that's my magical musical moment. Thank you so much for being here and for watching my video newsletter for the month of April. And here are my final thoughts with our curtain call. Y'all, Miss Gay America is kicking it into high gear in the month of May. Taking a look ahead, I've got some really exciting travels lined up. I'll be starting off May in Kansas City for the National Gay America Esquire pageant. Congratulations to Christopher Inez Onyx on a phenomenal reign and for being such a great brand and building this system. But he is divorcing me, so me and my sister wife, Miss Anya Marino, Miss Gay America Femme, we're getting us a new husband in the month of May. Then I'll be heading to Michigan for Miss Gay Michigan America at one of the largest gay resorts in the nation, the Dunes, honoring my top 5 MGA sister, Courtney Kelly. Then I'll be heading to Las Vegas for Miss Gay Sin City America, honoring my friend America Praise. Then wrapping up the month, attending Miss Gay US of A in the legendary Rose Room in Dallas, Texas. I've also added several new preliminaries for Miss Gay America, so take a look at the new additions here, and I hope to see you at one of these spectacular events. As always, thank you so much for being here and for supporting my journey as Miss Gay America. I've said it so many times, I'll say it for the rest of my life. Being Miss Gay America is the greatest honor and joy of my lifetime, and I'm so privileged to have you aboard to see all the crazy shenanigans that I'm encountering during my reign. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and on Facebook to follow me throughout the month, and of course, I'll see you right back here for next month's edition of Tracy's Triple Threat Tribune. Mwah!
Triple Threat Tribune.